Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and the next kit in the Plastic Models for Beginners series. As you can see by the title page, the next kit is the Revell 148 scale Messerschmitt ME 262A-1A. So, without further ado, let's take a look inside the box, see what we've got. Alright, the next kit, Messerschmitt ME 262A-1A. This is the Revell 148 scale kit, kit number 855322. And the copyright on the box is 2013. However, it is not a new tool kit. It's a very old kit. It's just this is a reboxing in 2013 with maybe different decal options and maybe some optional parts that have been included. It's a skill level 2, which means it'll be a fairly easy kit. But the reason I chose this kit is because it is a skill level 2. It doesn't have a lot of extra stuff, but it will give us a chance to work on different skill sets than those required by an armor kit. So even though it's an easy kit, there's going to be some things that are different and we have to pay attention to and be more particular about. So let's take a look at the instructions. Typical Revell instructions, booklet type. Just kind of nice because you can fold it open to do your work. If you don't have to worry about the roadmap style of instructions that some come with. Has the color call out list here, which I'll talk more about later. But it tells you which colors. It also tells you on the outside of the box, so if you're at the store, you can buy the colors you need. Another nice thing about the older Revell and monogram instructions is the fact that they list out the parts on a list. 91 parts it looks like, and with a description of what each part is. Number 42 is a throttle, number 41 is control stick, number 37 cockpit floor support, number 57 armor plate. Just it names what everything is and kind of helps you to learn what the different parts are. So it's kind of cool. So we won't go through all the instructions right now. We'll just kind of look at them as we go. I may point out some things such as this: watch for notes, optional assembly, open holes, as illustrated right there for rockets and racks. See step 14. So that will be something that you will want to pay attention to and determine if you need to do that according to which kit you build or which version. For open doors, carefully cut along depressed line and remove. Okay, showing you what to do as far as if you want to open up the engine nacelles to expose the engine that comes with it. So that's just stuff to watch for as you're going through the instructions. Now in the back, typical fashion, we have two different aircraft. We have aircraft number 110400, pilot Major Walter Novotny, commander of Commando Novotny in November of 1944. So this is his scheme right here. Shows both sides, top and bottom, and also gives you the color callouts according to what colors you need. Now in the beginning of the instructions, it says stuff like brown violet and dark gray and dark green. But on the actual camo scheme colors, it gives you the actual German RLM number. RLM numbers were the standard colors that the German Luftwaffe used in World War II. So, for instance, you have the RLM 81 brown violet, you've got RLM 82 dark green. So, for instance, in the Vallejo Model Air, it's actually labeled RLM 82. They call it a camo green. It's called dark green here, but should be really close. So a lot of the manufacturers will actually give you the RLM number. If they don't, there are resources online that will give you equivalents. And then if you're using some paints like, say, Tamiya, they don't have, or they have very few direct matches for the RLM colors. So you'll have to mix the colors if you want to get it as close as possible and use the Tamiya colors. So that I will decide later. But I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Tamiya colors just because they're easier to spray on aircraft. But we'll decide that later. So anyway, that is the two color schemes. And then on the back, it gives you common stencil placement for the decals that are the general stencils on almost all these aircraft. Whereas these decals will be particular for which version you do. Okay, so that's the instructions. So let's take a quick look at the box contents. The decals. These are copyrighted 2012, and it has the different stencils, and then the specific decals according to which aircraft you do, as well as the national markings. It has decals for the instrument panels, which is kind of nice. Adds a little bit of detail. So that's the decals. They look pretty good. They don't look too thick. They look in register. If you don't remember, that means that everything is lined up properly. The multicolors are lined up properly and not shifted one way or the other. So look pretty decent. We have the clear parts, which is basically the gun sight, the windscreen, the armor plate for the windscreen or the armored glass, the canopy, and then the rear glass. So those look fine. So then we got the actual kit parts themselves. As you can see, I haven't opened this one up yet. So I'm gonna do that real quick like. And just take a brief look at what is in the bags. Okay, this one is in a separate bag here. This one has looks like a pilot and ground crew figure, which is kind of a nice addition if you wanted to do a display. So let me move this a little bit out of the way here. We have the rear stabilizer. Looks like the gun cover, I'm going to assume. Some of these parts I'm not sure what they are. Here are the the forward machine guns in the nose. Two of them anyway. Looks like a firewall of some type. Bomb pods, and then the two figures. And for 1/48 scale figures from that are, who knows how old these things are, they look pretty good. So we might be able to use those. Here are, as you can see, there's only 3 sprues, and not, plus the clear. Okay, so this copyright 1978. So that looks like the original mold of this was done in 1978. These are the wings, upper and lower. This is kind of nice. This is a one-piece affair here, which makes it easy to line everything up. Now, one of the things that you'll hear a lot about is raised on aircraft are raised and recessed panel lines. This has raised panel lines, which is not that common anymore. Generally now they're recessed, which is a little bit more realistic. But in this case, the raised panel lines are not an issue, and I will tell you why later. Now here's something that's kind of lame, and this happens a lot on older kits, is Revell Incorporated 1978 China is molded on the outside of the aircraft, so we'll have to sand that smooth. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. So we'll set that aside. This will have a little bit more flash than the other two kits we worked on. You can see flash here, here. These older kits just aren't molded as nicely, and they've been used a lot, so they see on the back here, this ridge, it's got kind of a, it's flash, it's fuselage comes out, has like a little lip on it, but that's okay because it'll make it a little easier to sand it smooth. So that's the instrument panel where the decals will be going. So not too bad. I mean, it's a skill level 2 kit. It's an inexpensive kit, and you know, it's a good beginner kit for building aircraft, and that's what we're wanting to accomplish here. Is, you know, this is the beginner series. Start with a kit that's not too crazy, and move up from there. So. Basically that's it. I mean, we'll talk more about what we're going to do and plans and so forth once we actually start working on the kit. So that's it. That's kit number 3 for plastic models for beginners, the Messerschmitt ME262 by Revell. So stay tuned, and in the very near future we'll get started on this kit and see what we can do. So if you have any questions or comments, anything like that, leave them in the comments section below. And thanks for joining me here today, and I will see you all next time.